So finally, finally, there are 5 questions on reaching out. So the first is from Vajrasadhu. How should a Buddhist centre develop the interface between its primary and sacred role as Buddhist centre, with a secondary role focused on the links between spiritual life and the arts, which might involve profane material and even behaviour by artists and performers?
Profane behaviour by artists and performers. I don't think it's really quite suitable here. No, I think we... I know this is going to be a difficult one. I do know from what I hear sometimes on the radio that standards have changed in this country. And I would say there's been a lot of dumbing down, a lot of coarsening, a lot of vulgarization. And I think if we do put on in this, what is after all a sacred space for us, where we have our shrine, and where we practice meditation and where we practice puja, if we put on anything of an art's nature, I think it should be in both spirit and form, something which is in accordance with the Dharma. I don't think we need really nowadays to be vulgar or to be obscene if we want to be real and genuine. So perhaps there is a challenge here to the playwright, to the budding Buddhist playwright. You don't have to create scenes of violence. You don't have to endow your actors, your characters in the play with bad language. You should try to work around that, and perhaps create something which is inspiring, and which really does communicate the Dharma. I don't think we need to try to create something which isn't perhaps all that different from what might be available elsewhere. But there will be tensions here, because sometimes writers and playwrights, they like to think that they're breaking fresh ground. If there's a swear word that hasn't been heard in the theatre before, well, they're happy. They really like to introduce it so that they're breaking fresh ground, as they say, doing something really novel and outrageous that hasn't been done before. But I think we should avoid that sort of attitude, that sort of temptation. So yes, have our arts events, have our sketches, have our little dramas, stage even productions of existing works, but let it all be in accordance with the spirit of the Dharma.